Vladimir Putin, the president of Russia, is irate over Finland and Sweden joining NATO. On the other side, concern has also been sparked in NATO nations by reports of the deployment of Russian missiles in Belarus. As a result, the level of hostility between NATO members and Russia has peaked. In such circumstances, the question of why Turkey ultimately permitted Finland and Sweden to join NATO emerges. Is this a diplomatic triumph for the United States and Western nations? Why is NATO in a panic? Because Russian missiles have been stationed in Belarus. Tell us the experts' thoughts on each of these topics. The NATO nations securing Russia throughout the conflict in Ukraine have had considerable success. The ground has now been cleared for these two Russia neighboring nations to join NATO. All three countries, Finland, Sweden, and Turkey, have vowed to defend one another. With this, the Turkish side's diplomatic drama that had been going on for a few weeks also came to an end. The friction between Russia and Northern Europe will rise as a result of this new predicament. According to him, Russia opted to station its missiles in Belarus for this reason. Tensions between Russia and NATO members in Northern Europe will rise as a result of the placement of Russian missiles in Belarus. This choice was made as 30 NATO nations showed their support for one another in the Spanish capital of Madrid. By doing this, Russia has also begun to bring its allies together. Northern Europe is currently experiencing a lot of tension as a result. This tension has increased as a result of the Russian missile deployment in Belarus. It will now be intriguing to watch what Sweden and Finland will face from Russia. These missiles will technically come from Belarus, but in practice they will come from the Russian military. A Russian nuclear warhead would have been installed on these missiles. These nuclear missiles will be stationed close to Belarus, bordering Poland, Lithuania, Latvia, Estonia, Hungary, Slovenia, and the Czech Republic, which are all NATO members. Putin's hostilities with the Baltic nations may considerably rise if he uses nuclear weapons in Belarus. Putin made this missile announcement while Lithuania had ceased shipping supplies by Russian train to its military installation in Kaliningrad due to Ukraine sanctions. With this, Russia can now transport supplies thousands of kilometers through solely water to its military camp. On the other hand, Alexander Lukashenko, the dictator of Belarus, will receive the Iskander-M nuclear missile from Russian President Vladimir Putin, who is also his friend. This action by Putin may be seen as a response from the West. The unique aspect is that this weapon causes anxiety in Western Europe. This short-range missile's recent devastation of Ukraine is a major factor in this. The Sukhoi 25 planes of the Belarus Air Force will be updated to enable them to carry nuclear weapons, according to Putin's announcement. At the time of this declaration, NATO nuclear-armed fighter jets were allegedly flying close to the Belarusian border during the conflict in Ukraine, according to Lukashenko.